What's up, YouTube? BK with BK Gaming 9000 here. Man, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped. Let's go. Let's go. The Vidoc should be here in 5 minutes. 7 a.m. PST, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is where I am. So I'm pretty pumped for this. So yeah. Let's I'm over on Bungie's Twitch right now, trying to see if like I refresh and if their video kind of starts. They're currently offline right now, but this is generally where they hold all their Vidoc stuff. You know, unless they're gonna be on YouTube today, then we will also have YouTube's channel up. Just in case. But in the meantime, do you guys want to watch? Oh, here we go. Here we go. 10 a.m. Yep, this is what it is. Okay.
What is the relic on Mars?
Rods.
Create your own weapons.
These are the kind of videos that we've had already. I felt like it'd be kind of fun to watch these. I'm excited to use that gun. Excited to use this. Every time I see it though, I'm sorry. I have to. Like, I'm gonna minimize myself real quick here too. Like, I have to say, it reminds me so much of like the squid launcher from the Minion movie and Despicable Me. Squid launcher. Oh yeah. Yo, that's nuts. You know, I didn't even think about this. The last time I kind of, when I first saw that exotic that reflects supers, I kind of pooped on it. Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There's chat. Chat's blowing up over there. Let's go, baby. I think we're gonna go full screen too on this. So yeah, we're gonna go full screen, guys. We're in HD settings right now, 1080. So we're clean. We're good to go. We are good to go. It's my first time ever streaming a Vidoc. So let me know what you guys think of this. Let me see. Let's watch this again. F it. We'll just watch it again. We got 2 minutes.
On Mars? The power to create your own weapons.
The name's Vector Guardian. This is gonna be sick. Basically rip every god roll that's in my vault. Worm launcher. Oh yeah. Oh, I just can't wait to just crush a ghost, man. Can't wait. That's gonna be sick blade too, the ag clear. Got some vice weapons here. If you could use that with like your regular, like if you could spawn a stasis barricade without being in stasis, that'd be nuts. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna need to be on stasis. But that super right there, I kind of crapped on it a little bit. You know, as far as the exotic helmet that's coming out for it. But this is a perfect example why it might be actually amazing, and it's because don't forget the Hive are gonna have supers, so you're gonna need to be reflecting that. But here we go. We're getting ready. We are getting ready. So we got a timer here. It's a weird timer, 50 seconds. You exit full screen here. Just make sure that it's not not just me, but I think this is part of the perception here. Part of perception. I'm gonna minimize myself a little bit more too, just because I want you guys to see the full thing. Because Savathun is trickery. So if you think about it, you know, she's, you know, this might not look as clear as it should. Maybe that's the intent of it. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Error.
I know what you're wondering. What is true and what is false?
Oh, here we go.
The Witch
man.
Queen is an unsettling mystery.
How come he got a ghost
Our
but not
biggest
me?
foe, Savathun, has our grandest tool, the light.
It's paying off narrative threads that we planted way back in Destiny 1.
Yes. Yes.
I'm
All
here
in.
to protect humanity.
How do we stop this?
The stakes in the universe are rising, and it's the greatest challenge that we've ever faced.
We're
Salad.
shedding that dogma of light equals good, darkness equals bad. We're really entering the mists and trying to discern what's in front of us and what's lurking just underneath the surface.
Whoa.
What is your truth now?
There are a lot of bombshells in the Witch Queen narrative. And that's just scratching the surface of what we're going to get into this year.
Witch
Boom.
Queen and
Mars.
Season of the Risen is chapter 1 and the beginning of the end for the Light and Darkness saga.
We're really getting to the core of what it means to be a guardian. We are looking at and asking big questions about the light and darkness.
We have a big bad that we've been anticipating for a really long time coming back in the form of Savathun.
Savathun's had a hand in most of the major conflicts that we've been involved with.
We've heard about Savathun for years and just bits and pieces, and then like you see it slowly building over seasons until we come to this huge critical point.
Savathun's no longer just someone you hear
Yeah, I
about.
remember
She's
seeing
not
that.
just interfering in little ways. She's now ready to take center stage.
Slate. 1, 2, 3.
Savathun, she's larger than life. We wanted to make her feel imposing and very regal and dancing through motion in some way.
The light offers us a fresh start.
She's very manipulative. She is very ethereal, but she also
It's
has
kinda
like
cool to
that
see the back end of
creepiness
this.
to her as well.
She promised she'd help us out with this pyramid ship problem that's coming our way. But the reality of the situation is Savathun is only on Savathun's side. We've outlived our purpose, and it is to Savathun's benefit to wipe us off that chessboard.
She's lived among us. She has played us for fools. She knows us inside and out. And she's been a step ahead of us, like, the whole way. So how do you beat someone like that?
It
Yeah, 'cause-
isn't too late. You can still be forgiven. Be careful.
I'll hold you to it.
In order to beat Savathun, you need to understand Savathun.
Her throne world is a manifestation of Savathun's own personality, which is in Witch Queen going through a transformation through the light.
She has these areas that she's kind of trying to shun and push away.
Whoa.
For the old hive areas, it's much more atmospheric, it's very dense, it's very
Dreadnought
claustrophobic,
vibes.
it's spooky. Then when you make your way into the Lucent Hive area, it's a lot more open and broad. It's definitely brighter, it's definitely more lively.
We want people to look at it like an impressionist painting, something that's very pretty from far away, but as you get closer, it's not really what it seems. It's very unsettling.
Ooh.
You're looking at shapes, you're looking at these things within the world,
Yeah,
and
see
you're not
that thrall
entirely sure
point?
what they are, and you have to get close and you have to investigate.
What's really going to be exciting for players is that they're going to get to play that part of psychic detective, trying to solve the many mysteries of this
Yes.
throne world.
Witch Queen campaign, I think, is probably the most ambitious campaign we've made in a very long time.
What is that outfit?
We're building the definitively Destiny campaign,
like
so
she's wearing
leaning
the,
into the journey you can find in
Warlock
exotic
robe.
missions or the mechanics you might find in a dungeon.
You have to kind of think your way through. You have to figure out, like, hey, what do I need to do next in order to get to the end of this?
We've got Savathun, right? The Queen of Lies. So this campaign is full of surprises.
Savathun has all these abilities, and you got to make sure that all of the abilities of the bosses would be something worthy of her. And as I kept thinking about this, you know, I felt like I was really becoming Savathun.
We've also added the legendary difficulty, which is called Become Legend.
It's not for the faint of heart. It's gonna be loaded with these moments that are gonna be frustrating, almost like teeth gnashing, but when you get through those encounters, you're gonna feel like really accomplished.
Double rewards, yeah.
As people who have worked on raids and dungeons before, being able to broaden that experience for any kind of player who comes in is really important.
If the Witch Queen is the psychic detective, fantasy and journey, then Season of the Risen is that same detective throwing on their flak jacket and defending Earth from the Hive Guardians and the Lucent Hive and Savathun herself.
When Savathun shows up on our doorstep with the light, the first person to lend us help is Keitel.
You want us to hit them?
I need us to hit them.
She's got this light suppressing technology that the Cabal were using in Season of the Chosen, and now she's going to help us use that against the Lucent Hive.
Wow.
When you're working with Keitel, she has a different approach. It's not about asking questions, it's about getting in there and extracting.
We don't really understand what happened when Savathun actually was able to take the light. So the campaign in Season of the Risen in many ways is about that story. Guardians need to stop Savathun's advance beyond the throne world. And Savathun poses an existential threat to everyone because she basically has an undead army.
In fighting the Lucent Brood, this isn't our first time in the game fighting other light bearers, but it is the first time that we'll be facing other light bearers that have much more relentless motives.
A Hive Hunter.
When you look at these Hive Guardians and when they do their abilities, you immediately make that connection.
My man, Dave.
Oh, they are using my powers against me. As soon as we see the Knight pop its super and it has 2 shields, you immediately are like, oh yeah, I see that connection. And then it's like, and then you're like, it hits you with those things and then you're dead. And it's just an amazing experience.
The Guardians themselves kind of feel like a fire team that you're fighting against. You got every class represented.
The Acolyte, when that character casts, does very similar thing as the player, like the Arc Wizard. The sparks go out, it's ready to go. If you're not smart about it, if you're not paying attention, you are essentially going to have to play that fight over again.
If you're successful in taking down one of these Hive units that are wielding the light, you actually have to go up and kill their ghosts.
Yes.
That was like one of my favorite things that we were able to do in this game is just that moment where you crush the ghost.
It's kind of this moral dilemma. A ghost is your companion, and now suddenly you have one in your hand and you're about to crush it.
The first time it happens, you're like looking at your hand like, I can't believe what I've just done. Am I doing this? Should I be doing this?
I have a ghost.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What
Like,
is going on?
Savathun and her Lucent Brood are
Wouldn't
the
that be
most dangerous
nuts if,
enemies
like,
we've faced so far. And so we're going
she
to
was
need
tricking
better,
us and
more
we actually
powerful
crushed our
weapons
own
and
ghost.
tools to fight against that threat.
We did a bunch of work early on looking at various different types of weapons we could add to the sandbox.
We wanted to introduce a special weapon archetype that was effective more at a middle range, but also had these kind of additional roles associated with it. The glaive is a projectile weapon, and it is a shield, and it's a melee weapon. We wanted to keep that experience in first person. It has an immediacy that you don't really get when you're using a sword because the camera is so much further back. Because this is also a projectile weapon with a slower moving projectile, the onus of skill on aiming these weapons is about leading and compensating for the speed of the projectile and anticipating that. If you're in a really difficult encounter and one of your teammates dies somewhere out in the open where you normally wouldn't be able to get to them, you can bring that shield up
Knight
and
Champions
actually get the
confirmed as well.
revive and then fall back.
Great.
Glaives originate with Savathun trying to steal an extremely powerful weapon for her own use, and players will use the weapon crafting recipes that they find throughout the campaign in order to reconstruct this incredibly powerful and incredibly ancient weapon.
When you put together your glaive in the campaign,
You just get a taste that that's what you want to do for the rest of the weapons that you get.
Weapon crafting lets you target a specific role and go and build that, and you know how long it's going to take you to get there, and you get exactly the thing that you want.
I really want to see
Father
what people do
Sins.
with it,
Oh,
and, like the feedback
get a
that
little
we're gonna
taste of the
get,
weapons
and
there.
People sharing all of the things that they're doing with that new system.
You're creating your guardian, and you want to be able to shape your guardian into what you want them to be. And this gives us a great opportunity to continue to do that.
That's a W.
This is
for
a
the
really
weapon
big
crafting.
season for weapons in particular. We've got 8 brand new exotics.
Worm launcher.
The
Oh yeah.
exotic submachine gun. This is something which Guardians have made, but it's modeled after weapons of sorrow, like Thorn and Touch
Well,
of
we
Malice.
craft that?
Fires swarms of tiny homing projectiles that land on a target and then explode in this poison burst. We have an exotic machine gun where the whole idea is be the Colossus. You can launch a barrage of up to 20 homing missiles.
It's a comical amount of projectiles on the screen.
We're doing an exotic glaive for each class this time, and the exotic perks tie deeply into the mechanics of the classes. We think they're going to be really cool additions to build crafting. We've got, the usual suite of raid weapons, destination, activity, seasonal. I recounted it this morning, and I think it's about 50 new weapons.
You're going to have 2 new exotic armor for each class.
Talking
totaling
new, or are we
6,
talking
1 stasis, 1
recycled?
non-stasis. The Titan stasis exotic. Cast your barricade, and instead of, this Traveler's Light and the Rally Barricade, you create a giant wall of ice. Even though this thing is massive, you still get all the benefits of a Rally Barricade. Warlock Void exotic, we called them the Devouring Rift legs because we wanted Empowering Rift to feel like it had a place in endgame content the way that Healing Rift does. Empowering Rift doesn't heal you. Well, what if it did?
In Season 16, you're going to see a massive revamp to the Void subclass systems across all 3 classes. This is a huge update and will allow players to build craft in ways that they've never done before.
There we go. We got some new
One
stuff.
of the things we wanted to do is create a core set of verbs like we did with Stasis.
Anyone can run suppressors now. I think that's the pretty cool
That's
thing
probably,
to be able
I'm going
to
to be
do.
running Suppressor
Yeah.
Grenade
Oh,
probably.
wanted
there
you
we
to
go.
feel
You
like
can
were the
suppress them
energy
out.
Vampire. Feel like you were the Night Stalker. Feel like you were that protector, that big Sentinel Titan. So you're going to see things like Bastion, a new Titan aspect, where you take your big old Sentinel shield, slam it into the ground, and create this Void Barricade that's going to apply overshield to you and your buddies.
My favorite aspect is probably Child of the Old Gods. As this warlock controlling space and time, I'm able to rip a hole into another dimension and then pull out this little sentient black hole. Whenever I target an enemy, my little black hole buddy is gonna fly over there and start draining their life force.
The Void 3.0 update is really setting the stage for how we're thinking about updating the subclasses for the rest of the year.
We're going to extend this philosophy to Solar and Arc. Solar obviously is going to be about burning, but there's this other component to Solar, and that's healing. Arc is all about chaining. It's all about lightning, direct attacks, quickness. We're going to take the fantasies that you know and love today. We're going to embellish them. So what you'll see is all of the new abilities, all the new actions you take, reinforce that to the core. Pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Witch Queen is very much the culmination of the last 6 to 7 years of just Destiny altogether. And really, this is starting the road to the final showdown. But things aren't necessarily just dark and light anymore. There's a lot more nuance in the game.
Get that Scion out of here, man.
Players
Get him
have
out of
something
here.
that they're really going to be challenged by.
I can't wait for everyone to find out what's been going on with Savathun. I'm excited.
You Guardians are so clever, aren't you?
From the drone world to the campaign to the customizable build crafting, it all comes together to make Destiny feel really new and fresh.
We've got more Destiny coming this year than any other year before. It's one of the most ambitious releases we've ever put together, and the team is firing on all cylinders.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me, Guardian, what do you think you're going to do?
Spell racing? No. Oh, man. Over 1 million pre-orders, too. So they gave us quite a bit of info. Is that it, or is we got something else? I'm pretty sure that was it. Yep, that's it.
Beyond
So,
the Throne World. And
so let's take a look at this.
When that character casts
do in
So
this game.
they
It's
actually
that
just
moment
showed
where
a
you
preview
The rest of the weapons that
You're
of. I mean, we could take a look at a lot of this stuff, but
projectiles on the screen.
Into the
I wanted to focus on the void that they showed here.
You create a giant wall. We wanted Empowering Rift to feel like it had a place in
So
endgame
these
content
boots,
Rift
these
legs
boots are
because
crazy.
We wanted Empowering Rift to feel like it had a place in endgame content the way that Healing Rift does. Empowering Rift doesn't heal you. Well, what if it did?
So basically, these
In
exotics
Season
are going
16,
to
you're
allow
gonna
you to
see
heal
a
yourself
massive revamp to the
and
Void
get a
subclass
buff
system across
for
all three
warlocks.
classes. This is a
So here we
huge
go.
update and will allow players to.
All right, so we have Echo of Exchange. Probably going to take screenshots and do this, do a video afterwards. But we have Echo of Exchange here. Melee, final blows grant grenade energy. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's always good.
Build craft in ways
We have.
that they've never.
Did that change? Did he skip
16,
over
you're
one?
going to see a massive revamp to the Void subclass systems across all three classes. This is a huge update.
What did
and
you
will
guys
allow
think of the
players to
Vidoc?
build
All right, so we have
craft
grenade
in ways
energy.
that they've never.
Okay, Echo of Remnants. Your lingering grenade effects, Vortex Grenade, Void Wall, Void Spike, and Axion Bolt have increased duration. So if you can notice, we're on the Warlock subclass, so we're getting everything that every other character has: suppression grenades, Void Wall grenades, Spike grenades. This is a W. This is a W. It's a W.
Done before.
Echo of Reprisal. Final blows when surrounded by combatants grant super energy. You know, that could be
One
a
of the
small W.
things we
depending
wanted
on,
to do
you know, if you're
is
crazy.
create a core set of verbs like we did.
All right, so now we have the aspects here. So we have Chaos Accelerant. Void passes through, growing even more like itself. So LB, press hold to overcharge your grenade, make it deadlier and more effective. Vortex Grenade, increase the size, lingering duration of the vortex. Axion Bolt creates an additional seeker, okay, of the already strong Axion Bolt, okay. Scatter Grenades has some submunitions track to nearby targets. That's kind of cool. That's kind of gives me the Outbreak Perfected Siva vibe. Magnetic Grenades release a short range Void Blast, okay.
With stasis.
All right, and now we have Child of the Old Gods. I'm getting God of War vibes here. Cast your Rift to create a Void Soul. When you damage a target with a weapon, your Void Soul flies to them and drains them, doing damage and weakening them. Oh, whoa. So we're getting like a... what was that one mod back when you used void damage? I forgot what it was called, but you basically, like, people were using tractor cannon to proc this thing, and one person, and then like you got insane damage. What if that's coming back with this? Like that'd be nuts. When a target is behind drained, or is behind. Wow. When a target is being drained, you are granted grenade and melee energy. If running Healing Rift or Health, if running Empowering Rift. Wow. Okay. Wow, so with this aspect, if I'm running a Empowering Rift to get more damage, to compensate me not getting grenade and melee energy back, it's going to give me health back so I can get more damage and continue to be healing. So that wasn't just the boots, but maybe the boots allow you to have this without the aspect. That'd be kind of sick. Defeating a target who is being drained by your Void Soul grants class ability energy. Okay. That's pretty sweet.
Anyone can run.
So like you could basically have Rift uptime, which is awesome.
Suppressors now. I think that's the pretty cool thing to be able
This
to
is
do.
here. This is key right here. Suppressor. Everyone gets this. Suppressor, melt him.
We
Melt
wanted you
him.
to feel like you were the energy vampire. Feel like you were the
Some of
Night
these weapons
Stalker.
look really cool.
Feel like you were that protector, that big Sentinel Titan. So you're going to see things like Bastion, a new Titan aspect, where you take your big old Sentinel shield, slam it into the ground, and create this void barricade that's going to apply overshield to you and your buddies.
My favorite aspect is
that's cool too, especially if doing like legend content here. Being able to just have that constant healing ability so that you can constantly take care of ads would be great. But my question is, how do we unlock all this stuff? Is this something that we unlock through the campaign? Because if it is, then it might not be as useful for the campaign as people think. If it's like end game campaign, so yeah, just
Probably
get
child
ready.
of the old gods. As this warlock controlling space and time, I'm able to rip a hole into another dimension
This is sick.
and then
This
pull
is
out
that
this
part of
little
that
sentient black
that
hole.
rift thing.
Whenever
where
I
you
target
aim
an
and shoot
enemy,
at a target,
my little black
boom.
hole buddy is gonna fly over there and start draining their life force.
That melee where he like takes a little bit of a Dragon Ball Z vibe right there. I love that. I think that's why I
The
like
Void
Warlock
3.0
so much.
update is really setting the stage for how we're thinking about updating the subclasses for the rest of the year.
We're going to extend this philosophy to Solar and Arc. Solar obviously is going to be about
So enhanced other subclasses coming. Kind of gave us a little teaser here. You can kind of see sparks flying. It's a little too early to tell, but you can definitely see like
burning
effect.
There's this other component to Solar, and that's healing. Arc obviously is going to be about burning.
If you look close,
there's this other component to
Ice
Solar,
Luna,
and that's healing.
something else. Okay.
Arc is all about chaining. It's all about lightning, direct attacks, quickness. We're going to take the fantasies that you know and love today. We're going to embellish them. So what you'll see is like all of the new abilities, all the new actions you take reinforce that.
New auto rifle there.
Pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Witch Queen is very much the culmination of the last 6 to 7 years of just Destiny all together. And really, this is starting the road to the final showdown. But things aren't necessarily just dark and light anymore. There's a lot more nuance in the game.
It's going to be a real fight. Players have something that they're really going to be challenged by.
I can't wait for everyone to find out what's been going on with Savathun. Like, I'm excited.
You Guardians are so clever, aren't you?
From the drone world to the campaign to the customizable build crafting, it all comes together to make Destiny feel really new and fresh.
We've got more Destiny coming this year than any other year before. It's one of the most ambitious releases we've ever put together, and the team is firing on all cylinders.
I guess that's like hinting towards the Sony acquisition there. More Destiny this year than any other year because now we have a huge company backing us, so we can, not have downtimes and have multiple teams working on a release. I'm so pumped for this release here. I think for a couple reasons. I'm like super pumped for it because of the fact that the last season was 6 months long. I mean that's pretty long for a season. And I say season because we've had stuff like that in the past. Like in D1, let's be real. In D1, we'd always have like the September. I'm having a stress ball right here. Yeah. We had our September releases, and that would carry over until at least April when we'd have a spring release, and then that would hold us until the next fall release. I actually don't mind that model. I really don't. I feel like Destiny shines when it releases its full blown stuff like Witch Queen, and this looks huge. This thing looks huge. I remember Luke Smith gave an interview a couple years ago saying that he doesn't know if there's ever going to be an expansion of like the Taken King size. This does look like that size to me. If they like kind of with the story elements, the new subclasses, this type of stuff. There's things that I wish that, they would bring back from D1, like, for like getting the new subclasses and whatnot. We kind of, in D2, we kind of just visited the Traveler and the same, with the Shard, and it was basically the same for everybody, but I kind of wish it was back in like the Taken King where we got Stormcaller, we had a specific story for that. We visited a Crucible match for that. With the, Sunwalker, we went to the lighthouse area, and then for the Hunter, we went to I believe we went to some forest area or something like that on Venus, and then we kind of obtained those light powers. I wish that they would kind of go back more to that. I'm not taking anything away from them because this looks incredible. This is a big W to me. The Void's 3.0, man. I am so excited to get my hands on it. Yeah, it's just whew. I think we're all excited just to get our hands on here, but let's take a look at their table. So they got a Hive Ghost. Haven't gotten mine yet. Nick got his, salty as hell about it, but you know, I'll get mine eventually. But he also has the sidearm, the cryosphere over here, so that's kind of cool. I'm excited to see what the Cabal
Season
kind
of the Risen
here.
is that same detective throwing on their
See
flak
if we
jacket and
can't,
defending Earth from the Hive Guardians and the Lucent Hive and Savathun herself.
What do you guys think?
When Savathun shows up on our doorstep, the light.
What do you guys think? So let's get this slowed down a little bit more. Let's analyze this. So we're showing Keitel what they're doing, so we're kind of aligning ourselves with the Cabal. And it's going to be like an in and out mission. So these guys look like they have new weapons too. All right, so there's wait, well, is this part of the aspect here? Or is this part of a mission, like you grab something? Because it looks kind of Taken-ish. Like that looks like we're in her throne world. Hold on here. Hold on here. I'm going to say something right now. If that's Zalo Supercell, W. If this is Zalo Supercell, if this is... No. It doesn't look like it from the outside, but it could be an ornament. But look at the lightning chains. Look at the lightning chains. That's got to be Zalo Supercell. I'm calling it right now. That's got to be it. That's got to be it. That's got to be it. I'm calling it. It's... I mean... Ah, man, if I could only see that barrel underneath it, because you know Zalo Supercell has that huge AK barrel that goes under it. But like, look at the auto; it's like chaining between everybody. So that's got to be Zalo Supercell, man. That's got to be it. I want to take a look at the crafting real quick. So there's a sidearm, Titan barricade, shields. My man. All right. So now we're to the glaive part. This looks really exciting. All right, I don't want to miss the weapon crafting area. And I think that's like right after the glaive. Yep. It's like right here. All right, so let's dive in deep here. So we're going to have two different types of styles that we can go for weapon crafting. So we can either create a new weapon or reshape and modify an existing one. So come to pass, sweet sorrow. So these are some new weapons here, baby. Yeah. All right. Father's Sins. Is that a hand cannon or is that a sidearm? That looks like a hand cannon to me. Or is that sniper rifle, since we're under the sniper rifle tab? Father's Sins is a sniper rifle? That doesn't look like a sniper rifle. It's gotta be, because it's selected on the sniper rifle. So is Father Sins the pinnacle? All right, so here we go. So here's our so we get a little bit of a deeper, dive into this. So neutral element. This weapon has greatly increased magazine size. Okay, obviously that's the extended mag, but neutral element is a new element that we're going to be farming, I'm assuming. And it looks like it's going to be needed to be used. You have kill clip on the glaive? How's that going to work? That just doesn't seem like a smart idea. Unless like you kill somebody, you automatically get kill clip, you know what I mean? Okay, so here they come. Okay. Whoa, look at these elements that we need to glimmer, resonant alloy, neutral element, ascendant alloy. Oh no. Ruinous element. Unless this is like demo stuff where this is like their materials and whatever, because it looks like they have like max of like everything basically. Kind of, not really, but so does this mean like we get to choose our last perk for this submachine gun? Like, does this submachine gun have maybe its own random roll? Like, you can create its own random roll for it. But yeah, I mean, it just looks phenomenal. This just looks really good. Really, really, really good. Void 3.0. I'm super pumped for this. I'm super pumped. All right, guys. Well, let me know in the comments after the stream gets off live what you guys think of this. I'm super pumped for it. Let me know if you guys want to see a prep guide, because we have one more Iron Banner left next week. Not this week, but next week, before Witch Queen launches. And, you know, if you haven't picked up your bounties yet, they've already mentioned which bounties that you're going to want to pick up. So I would recommend, you know, stacking up on bounties, and yeah, using like Destiny recipes or something like that to track your bounties and what you have and what's gonna stay, because Destiny recipes is we'll go there right now. Recipes. Let's head there now. All right, so we're all good there. Let's see, checklist. Just gonna load our profile here. It's gonna show us, you know, our materials. So you know, this kind of preps you from a material standpoint to, like, you know, you want to make sure that you have like these materials stocked up that way in case you do need them, which if that weapon crafting thing was true, looks like you're not going to need any of this, but it's good to have. Some of them are like you purchase for one legendary shard and you get 5 of them, so it's just like, you know, I'm sitting at 27,000 legendary shards, so I'm not really sweating over that. But for the bounties itself, so this is the meat and potatoes of this. So like you have the bounty checklist. I haven't done the rest of my 6Ks yet. And the reason for me not doing those yet is because I'm waiting to finish the 3 Iron Banner bounties that should be coming next week. And then once I finish these 3 and make sure that I secure that 12K, that's when I'm just going to start filling it in with any 6K bounty that I have, that'll give me enough XP to choke a horse. So yeah. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the Vidoc. I certainly did. And yeah, look forward to launch day. I'm going to try to get in. I you know, 1 million players, guys, 1 million players. If I get in, I'll quickly boot up the stream. But if I don't get in, don't expect me to be streaming until like, you know, I do get in, because, you know, I do have a full-time gig on top of this. And so I don't want to waste your guys' time by just sitting here waiting for me to get in by error codes and stuff like that. So, or if like I'm in the queue or something like that. But you know, we'll attempt it at launch date. We'll attempt it at launch date, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, if you guys want to see a prep video, leave a like on this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.